You're walking through a grocery store. You came in for milk. Just milk. 10 minutes later, you're standing in line with energy drinks, snacks, a scented candle you didn't need, and somehow a kitchen gadget you've never thought about in your entire life. And the weird part? You know you're spending money you shouldn't be spending. You know you'll probably regret at least half of it. And yet, you buy it anyway. Why? Why do smart people make terrible money decisions? Why do people with higher salaries often end up just as broke as they were before? Why do lottery winners lose fortunes? Why do so many people feel like they're constantly running out of money, no matter how much they earn? Most people think the answer is discipline. They think some people are responsible and others aren't. Some people are good with money. Some people are bad with money. Simple. Except that explanation falls apart the moment you look at the data, because some of the smartest people in the world make terrible financial decisions. Doctors, engineers, lawyers, CEOs, people capable of solving incredibly complex problems can still find themselves drowning in debt, which raises a much stranger possibility. What if the problem isn't intelligence? What if the problem is that your brain was never designed to build wealth in the first place? What if the thing inside your skull is running software that was written for a completely different world? A world where saving money didn't exist. A world where investing didn't exist. A world where tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. And if that's true, then being bad with money might not be a personal failure at all. It might be human nature. Let's go deeper. Imagine you're alive 50,000 years ago. No banks, no stocks, no retirement accounts, no savings apps, no credit scores. You're hungry. You find food. Now here's a question. What's the smartest thing you can do? Eat it. Immediately. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. Because tomorrow, a predator might kill you. A storm might hit. The food might spoil. Another tribe might steal it. The future is uncertain. The present is real. And over hundreds of thousands of years, evolution rewarded the people who acted accordingly. The humans who took immediate rewards often survived. The humans who constantly delayed rewards sometimes didn't get the chance. This created something psychologists now call present bias. Your brain naturally places a higher value on rewards available right now than rewards available later, even when waiting is objectively better. That's why spending $50 today often feels more satisfying than saving $50 for next year. Logically, they're the same money. Emotionally, they are not even close. And that brings us to the first major twist. Because you probably think you're spending money on products. You're not. You're spending money on emotions. Think about the last thing you bought that wasn't strictly necessary. Maybe it was a new phone, a watch, a pair of shoes, a gaming setup, a vacation. Now ask yourself something. What exactly were you buying? The object? Or the feeling attached to it? Because here's something fascinating. Researchers have found that dopamine, the neurotransmitter most associated with reward, often spikes before the purchase happens, not after, before. In other words, your brain starts rewarding you for the possibility of getting something, before you've even spent the money, before you've even touched the product, before it belongs to you. The anticipation itself becomes addictive, which means companies aren't really selling products, they're selling emotional futures. A luxury watch isn't selling time, it's selling status. A sports car isn't selling transportation, it's selling identity. A productivity app isn't selling software, it's selling the fantasy of becoming a better version of yourself. And once you understand that, a lot of modern spending suddenly starts making sense. But it also reveals another problem, one that's even more dangerous. Because most people assume earning more money solves everything. It doesn't. Imagine two people. The first earns $40,000 a year. The second earns $120,000. Who should be wealthier? Obviously the second person, right? Not necessarily. Because something strange tends to happen when income rises. Lifestyle inflation. A phrase that sounds boring, but quietly destroys millions of financial futures. Here's how it works. You get a raise. Your apartment gets nicer. Your car gets nicer. Your vacations get nicer. Your subscriptions multiply. Your expectations rise. And before long, the extra income disappears, not because you wasted it, because your lifestyle expanded to consume it. It's like running on a treadmill that speeds up every time you get faster. You're working harder, earning more, moving constantly, but somehow ending up in exactly the same place. And that's when people start asking a dangerous question. Where did all my money go? But the most surprising answer isn't spending, it's exhaustion. Because one of the biggest predictors of bad financial decisions isn't low intelligence, it's cognitive overload. Imagine your brain is a smartphone battery. Every problem drains it. Bills, debt, deadlines, relationship stress, work pressure, unexpected expenses. Each one takes a little more power. Now imagine trying to make a smart financial decision with 8% battery remaining. You're not thinking long-term anymore. You're thinking survival. You choose convenience. You choose relief. You choose whatever reduces stress fastest. Not because you're irrational, because you're tired. Studies have repeatedly found that scarcity itself changes decision-making. When resources feel limited, the mind becomes trapped in the immediate problem. The urgent crowds out the important, and suddenly, long-term wealth becomes much harder to build. Not because people don't care, but because mental bandwidth is finite, which leads to the biggest twist in the entire story. The modern economy is perfectly designed to exploit all of this. Think about it. You are carrying a Stone Age brain through a world filled with algorithms. A brain built to chase immediate rewards, surrounded by systems designed to manufacture them. One-click purchases, infinite scrolling, flash sales, limited time offers, personalized advertisements, credit cards, buy now, pay later systems, reward points, cashback programs, notifications. Everywhere you look, there are teams of psychologists, marketers, behavioral scientists, and AI systems competing for one thing: your attention, and ultimately, your money. This isn't a conspiracy, it's just incentives. The better companies become at understanding human behavior, the easier it becomes to predict it, and the easier it becomes to monetize it. Which means the average person is fighting a battle their ancestors never had to fight. Not against predators, against temptation, every single day. And that's why the people who build wealth often understand something everyone else misses. They don't trust themselves. They don't rely on motivation. They don't rely on discipline. They build systems: automatic investing, automatic saving, automatic transfers, rules, constraints, guardrails, because they know a secret. Your brain is not optimized for wealth. It's optimized for survival. The same instincts that helped your ancestors stay alive can quietly keep you broke in the modern world. The problem isn't that you're weak. The problem is that you're running ancient software in a completely new environment. And once you understand that, you stop asking, "Why am I bad with money?" and start asking a much more important question. How do I stop fighting human nature and start designing around it?